All right, Mustang fans. It's our first episode. We got a special treat for you this evening here. It's Thursday, and we're going to be talking Ingleside youth football, Ingleside Mustangs youth football. It's our first episode, and we've got our league president, we got our cheer coordinator, we've got a couple of coaches. We couldn't get all the coaches on, but we do have some of the coaches. And tonight's podcast is really to talk about the league, give the league president, Eric Rogers, an opportunity to come on and talk a little bit about his board and some of the things that they're doing, some fundraisers that's going on throughout the season. And then the coaches will come on, talk a little bit about their assistants. They'll talk about their teams, they'll talk about the record and what's going on, what they've done. And the next game that's coming up, big game, if we played in Ingleside or if we played out of town. And so we're really excited about having them on. And we're going to do this every Thursday live at 7 p.m. We'll come out and we'll be talking Ingleside youth football throughout the rest of the season. Sometimes some coaches will be able to come on, some will not, but the podcast will continue. And those that can come on, they'll continue to promote the players and the teams. And so there's 4 divisions. So freshman division, sophomore division, junior division, and senior division. And so I don't know the coaches, so I'll have Eric introduce the coaches, but I'm going to introduce him. So Eric Rogers, the league president there, does a great job there with our youth. It's a lot of work that they do on Saturdays. It's from early morning till possibly late afternoon. So we're glad to have him here. So Eric, thank you for coming on and spending a little bit of time with us here to talk about your league and your teams. How are you doing this evening?
Doing good, sir. Thank you for having Mr. Trevino.
Yes, sir. Thank you for saying yes. Introduce who we got here, your coaches, and I know right next to you got your cheer coordinator.
Yes, my wife, cheer coordinator. She's also a board member. Got Aaron Reyna. He is the head coach for our sophomore division. And then we have Gabe Adami. He is our head coach for our junior division.
Okay.
We have Joshua Edison. He's our freshman coach, head coach. And then Tristan Edison is my senior coach. They wouldn't able
All
to
right. All right, yes, sir. Well, thank you for introducing them. So we got 2 coaches that they were able to come on, 2 that were not able to make it. But Eric, let's go ahead and jump over with your wife there, the cheer coordinator. Let's get her on here and give her an opportunity. Thank you for coming on. Tell us a little bit about the cheer coordinators. I see the little cheerleaders. I've gone to a couple of youth football on Saturday, and they're out there and they put in a lot of hard work. Talk to us about this year, the cheerleaders, and any fundraisers you might have going on?
Well, this year in total, we have 86 cheerleaders.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, we have an amazing cheer program here in Ingleside, and unfortunately, we have to cut it off a lot of times. We're sad. We don't want to have to do that, but last year we had even more. This year we have 86 cheerleaders. We love it. Our coaches are phenomenal. But we start putting in our work in July. That's when we start our cheer practice officially. And the reason why is because there's palm routines that we teach them. They learn 4 to 5 dances, and it's just a lot of fun. The girls love it. Everybody, dreams of being this Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. So, we just help them keep that dream alive. Currently, right now, Saturday, we have our 2nd annual cheer competition coming. And right now, our senior division last year they brought home 1st place. Our sophomore division brought home 2nd place. And our freshman division, believe it or not, brought home 2nd place in an older division from their own division, because we didn't have another freshman group to compete them against. So they actually competed. They were scored with the other teams. So we have an amazing cheer program. Our cheer coaches put in a lot of work. We all do, to make it successful. Our cheer competition is going to begin roughly 11 o'clock at the Ingleside High School gym. So please come out and support us. It's a $3 fee to get in. That just kind of helps us pay for the trophies and a cleaning fee for the use of that gym. And currently our senior cheerleaders We've done one fundraiser so far, and we're going to do another one on Sunday. Our senior division football players and our senior cheerleaders, we take them to the Dallas Cowboys Stadium and they play in the red zone games. We do it every year. It's just kind of their last hoorah of the youth program, because now they're moving on to junior high. And so this is kind of bidding farewell of the youth sports for them. And so we do fundraisers to try to help the families, pay for hotel expenses, gas expenses, food expenses to take that trip up there. This year we'll be going November 30th. So we've got two big fundraisers coming up on Sunday where you are having the car wash. We will have a bake sale. And then on November 9th, we'll be over at the Moose Lodge and we will sell plates. We have raffle baskets that we're going to do. Again, this is just to help our kids we want to help get them to Dallas. So that way they can get to experience playing in the red zone at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Our cheerleaders have an opportunity to do their routines, their competition routines on the 50-yard line. So right on that star there on the field, and it's phenomenal. The kids love it. They look forward to it every year.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? That's something that they'll never forget, right? So, I mean, that's great that we're working towards doing that for our youth. And in any way that I can help or the network can help, please reach out to us. Let us know. We'll put whatever we need to. If I can make it out there to a fundraiser to help you in any way, that's why we're doing this. So you can definitely count on us. Just have yourself or your husband reach out to me, and anything we can do to help promote what we're doing there to get the kids up to Dallas, I'm definitely in. Can you talk a little bit about your coaches? Who are your coaches? Who helps you? I mean, 86, I thought we were going to have less. When you said 86, I
Oh,
thought, wow,
no.
that is a lot.
And I hate to toot my own horn. I'm going to toot it anyway. Our cheer program is huge. It's successful. And we do so much in the community, and the kids just love it. We attend a lot of parades, and things like that. And it definitely takes a village. I can tell you that. Our freshmen, range from age 3 to 5 years old. We have one coach. Her name is Taylor Vaughn, and she's doing phenomenal. With her, we have a team mom who is, her name's Maria Torres. That is just her cup of tea. She's the most sweetest thing. And, she just helps those littles because, if one goes to the restroom, they all have to go to the restroom. And so they're just a phenomenal duo for that age group, for that freshman division. For our sophomore division, we have one of our board members, which is Ashley Garza and Jessica Varel. And they've been coaching with me. I believe this is their third year coaching with me. And they coach together. So they kind of come as a team, and they've done phenomenal. When they first came in, they were coaching the junior division. And then when her littles started, became of age, they kind of took over that freshman division, and now they're, at sophomore. For my junior and senior divisions, that's coached by myself and also Jordan Rogers. Her and I have been, doing this along with Caitlin Bell, who is actually a JV cheerleader for the high school. She puts in a lot of time into our youth. And us three together, coach these two divisions, junior and seniors. So the combination of those two divisions, there's 50 girls there just in those two groups.
Wow.
And it's crazy, but we love it.
No, that's awesome, and I'm glad that you're able to come on. We invite you to, hopefully you can come on every Thursday or when you can. That's awesome, and to give that recognition, because that's a lot of work. I mean, like you said, there's a lot of. I mean, they just don't go out there and just cheer and throw their pom poms, right? Like there's routines. They're working like the boys are practicing to win a football game. they're working all week long, and it's good to be able to come out and give that recognition to them and to the coaches. Obviously, it starts with the head person. Your vision is what gets it going, but to have those ladies come out there, it's everything about youth is on a volunteer basis, and a lot of people don't understand that. It's like you come out there and you yell, and it's like, hey, you go to work a full-time job. And then you come out, right? And you spend more time with these kids than you probably do your own family. And so a lot of that is heartfelt. It's because I enjoy what I'm doing, and you want to see these kids be successful. So kudos to Ingleside to have that many girls going out there. And Jaron is telling me that our program is good out there. People are talking about it, and every year more people want to join. So thank you for what you do. Thank you to your coaches for doing what they're doing. And like I said, anytime we can bring you on, or you want to come on Thursday and talk, you're more than welcome to talk and let us know what's going on with your cheer stuff.
Thank you. I'm going to kind of turn it over to football. We are a football and cheer league. So thank y'all for giving me that little bit of time to kind of recognize our girls. They do work hard. They cheer out there just like the boys, play. But I appreciate it, and just kind of spread the word. We are having our cheer competition on Saturday. The doors are going to open at 10, and the competition will start at 11. On intermission, we have a daddy-daughter jump off. It's always such a blast. And then we have a dance like no one's watching. So we kind of give out all these awards to try to get the crowd involved as well. So Rockport will be out there. We've invited a couple of other local towns to come out. And so far, I believe we have 7 teams competing on Saturday. So it's going to be a great show. I thank you again for inviting me on. And I'm going to let Eric kind of take this over. I do want to recognize all of our coaches on the cheer side and the football side. They're out there coaching till 8 o'clock at night, usually 3 to 4 days a week. And they work a full-time job. And then they have to go home and, they have families. We all have families. Our senior coaches, Tristan and his assistant coach, and I see that John's on there too. Tristan and Isaiah do not have children in the league. They help coach because they love to help with the youth in the community. So I'm going to kind of walk out, but I just wanted to throw that tidbit in there to kind of give them kudos, because they don't have kids in the league, but they're amazing coaches and our children love them. So kudos to all of our coaches for putting in all that work for the youth in our community. It's just such appreciated. And without them, we wouldn't be so successful.
Absolutely.
So thank you again for inviting me. I got to get out of here.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And you're welcome back anytime. All right, Mr. Rogers, we'll pass it over to you. Listen, that's great. That many cheerleaders, that's great. That's great that we got a program out there and we're doing so well. So now we're going to turn it over to football, and we do got 3 coaches. So Eric, I don't know, is that John that came in?
Yes, sir. That's Mr. John Hernandez. He is the defensive coordinator for the senior team. Thank you, John.
I know
How's
John.
it going? Yeah, hey, Gabe, how's it going, bud?
It's
It's
going
been a while,
great.
man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice to
Been a
see you.
while.
So, John, originally from Rockport, Aaron's from Rockport. So I've known John there for quite some time. Thanks, John, for coming on and spending some time here with us. Eric, do we have, we don't have the freshman coach, right, on?
No, sir.
So we'll go ahead and start off with the freshman. So if you can let us know who heads the head coach there for our freshman division, and then the assistants, and if you have the roster for the freshman, not sure if you do. If you can go ahead and let us know who's on the team.
Yeah, Aaron's our head coach. Mr. Like you said, he's from Rockport. We took him on over here in Ingleside. We enjoy having him. He's a great coach. I'll let him mention about the his team and his coaches.
All right.
So for the sophomores, I'm Aaron Reyna. We got the coaches Joseph, James, Tim, Mike, and Josh. They've been very helpful. The thing about them is like we all come together. We don't butt heads. We see a problem and we address it, and we do what's best for the kids. And it's sometimes if you coach with a lot of coaches, some players think their coaches should play and all that. We don't do that here. It's real great community, and we do the right thing. So that's one of the main things I like about here. we're just here to, have a great time, be a family, and just win games. We like to teach our kids not just football, but just about life, about passing school. We preach that every single day from 7th to 12th grade. If you don't pass, if you go to ISS, if you get in a fight or argument with another kid, like, you can't do that. So once they come to practice, if any of that happens, they start doing up downs. Like, we don't mess around. I feel like we're more of a military style coaching. We're hard on them, and at the beginning, there's a lot of the kids that probably wanted to quit. You can tell they're tired because they're playing on their iPads all summer, and they got out there, and they didn't give up. They kept pushing. We have some leaders. Paxton, he's a second year sophomore. He's a really good leader, and Jax, he's actually a first year sophomore. He's a really good leader. They push the kids a lot, and it's just a great community.
Aaron, obviously all that's working out. You're 5-0, I believe you're undefeated. So definitely you're doing something right there with the boys, which congratulations on the undefeated season. Uh, Talk to us a little bit about your players. Do you have the roster there and can let us know the numbers? I'd like for the people to be able to go out there to be able to put the jersey number to the name of the player.
Yes, sir. So I'll start with defense first. Our corners are Deontay and I'm trying to just think. Deontay and Fabian, 23, and what is his number? 14. And I feel like a lot of games we play, a lot of teams don't put like a strong corner. Usually they're weak tacklers, but our corners are great tacklers. They do their job. We probably maybe got beat one time at most out of all 5 of our games. And we talk to them. They say, I know I messed up. They tell us before we even come up to them. They just know their position so well. Inside linebackers, we have Jasper and Layton. They're just heck of kids. They're physical. They're fast. They're athletic. They run in there. They're not scared of anything. They come in, and then inside there we got Paxton and AK, and they're those kids. Man, they will knock you out. I'm sure all the quarterbacks from all the 5 teams that we play, they remember them. Paxton is number 9, and AK is, where is he? He is number 8, and they they just they like to hit. They just love to hit. And then we have some of our nose guards. They stepped up, little bitty kids, and they are animals. They don't care who you are. They'll go up against. We scrimmaged the juniors the other day, and they went up against big boys, double their weight. And I'm just bad with names and numbers, but who is it? It is. Logan, number 18, and where's the other one? And then Julius, number 11. They're some of our smaller kids, and they're animals. They go in crazy. Our linebackers, we got Malachi and Miguel, and I would have to say our defense, we have no flaws. They're just we don't really get too many points scored on us. The one game we had a point scored with the last 5 seconds of the game, and we already had our second string in. And then our safety is Easton Garcia, and he's a fast kid. This is actually his first year. It was funny because Easton, I like to run him, see who has the quickness, and I was like, okay, yeah, you're gonna be my running back. I had him in basketball. I coached him in basketball last year, and he didn't like the contact. So like I had to say, okay, well, you'll probably be second string. And then so we kept working on stuff, and about 2 weeks later, it just clicked, and he realized he could use his speed and beat everybody to the outside and run up. And he has the most touchdowns for us. He's a great kid, just fast, super fast. Him and Leighton are our fastest kids. But on offense, we have the quarterback Jax. He's number 7. He's he just has it in his head. He just knows ins and outs, offense, defense. He runs options. He knows when to hand it off. It's unbelievable what he's doing. He's a first year sophomore, and it's just crazy. Like coaches are like, I thought we ran this play, and it was supposed to be a run. Well, he scores a touchdown because he's like, well, I was gonna hand it to him, but the linebacker came in and hit him, so I just pulled it, and it was open, and I just scored a 30-yard touchdown, and we're just laughing like, man, like for that age, it's just unbelievable. We have Miguel and Jasper. They are our running backs, and they're running like crazy now. At first, it was a little slow, and now they're running, hitting people. They're amazing blockers, and when they get the ball, they run tough. Easton again, our safety. He's another running back, and once he gets the ball, he hauls, but he gets out there quick. And we also have Leighton. He kind of runs almost every position, and he's a fast kid. He understands the game. At the beginning, he was a little nervous, and then about 2 weeks, he started feeling more confident. We just kept giving him the ball in practice. He didn't really like the hitting, and then once he started getting hit, he just realized, if you go take the hit first, go hit them before they hit you, you'll be fine. So he's probably going to be our X factor here for the Beeville game. I've been very proud of him. The running backs that we have, and they're leaders, all of them. I talked to them yesterday, and I tell them like, all the kids look up to y'all. Like if y'all show signs of just weakness and going down and just not thinking we're gonna win, they're all looking up to y'all. So if one of y'all look down, we might have 5 to 7 others look down. So y'all gotta keep all these kids together. And they're just great kids. They're yes sir all the time. And I really love them, man. I tell them all the time. Like I'm real rough with them, and I always yell a lot. And I said, hey, I'm just letting you know. Whenever I was coach, the coach always told me, if you're not yelling at you, well then they don't like you. I was like, so I love all of y'all because I yell at all of y'all
all the time. Yeah. Well, listen, it's you're talking about how tough you are on them, but football is a tough sport, right? And you got to know. And this is an age where this is, to me, when I talk to coaches about youth, this is where they learn. This is the most important part: learning the fundamentals, learning the game. The more they can learn at this level, your sophomore, junior, senior divisions, the more knowledge they get and play the game right, the better they're going to be in middle school, and then when they get into high school, right? So this is just not. I always tell parents, this is not just putting them in there and just go have fun. They've got to learn if they're going to continue to play football through junior high and high school. This is where you learn. This is where coaches, you got to be a little hard on them, right? You got to be able to teach them. And like you said, if they get in trouble in school, I'm glad to see that there are consequences, because I'm a firm believer that that's what kids need today. I mean, I'm from the old school, right? And that's the way I was taught. You do something wrong, there's consequences for it. And it has helped me become the man I am today. And so I'm glad to hear that, if they get in trouble in school, there's a consequence at the football level as well. And you're going to come down here and you're going to know you're not just going to come in here and play. So glad to hear that they're doing things like that there in Ingleside. I want to ask you the quarterback's name. What is his last name? What is his last name?
It's Jack Salazar, number 7.
Jack Salazar. Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him because it seems like he's already doing some amazing things at that level. So you've got Beeville coming up. Is that this Saturday or is that next Saturday?
That'd be next Saturday. They play Rockport this Saturday.
Yeah, they're coming into town.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
So
Is that game in Is that game gonna be played in Ingleside or in Beeville?
It'll be in Beeville.
Okay. All right.
We played them last year. We were freshmen last year. I coached freshmen, and I think we beat them 13-12 during the regular season. We went undefeated, but in the Super Bowl, they beat us pretty bad, and they shut us out. We weren't really ready. I think it was too much for the kids, and they're a little worried. But I don't think that'll happen this year. They have a lot of confidence coming up.
Well, they're 5-0, and so let's no pressure on you, right? But I definitely want to make sure that we get an opportunity. I definitely love to beat them. I mean, a 5-0, that's great. If you can go undefeated throughout the season, win the Super Bowl. I mean, how great would that be, right? For you, for the program, for the league, and also for the kids. That says a lot. So definitely rooting for you to stay undefeated. And that Beeville game, who knows? I do the home games here, so I think I'll be available. I just may take that trip down there, sit in the stands, and stream the games. That would be awesome. Eric, I wanted to ask you real quick before we continue to move with the
Yes.
football to talk a little bit about the league, and who's on your board, who are the board members, and then we'll follow up with some of the stuff that we do on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely got to give the board a shout out. I got a great board. Again, Eric Rogers, I'm the president of the league. I think this is my third year, maybe third year. I took over. It was already a great program. It was handed over to me by the guy. His kids had just moved into high school, so he wanted to hand off the reins, and I thank everybody for picking me. I guess that's what happened. My vice president, his name's Jermaine James. Great friend of mine, great guy. He's just like Coach Aaron. You know, he loves all the kids, but he's going to be hard on them just like they're his own. My secretary is Jenny Smith, and great woman, very intelligent, good with the books. My treasury is Nancy James, another great woman. My chair coordinator, Elaine, she's on the board as well. And then during the season, I have the head coaches part of the board, just so there's information. They don't miss any information that might get passed out. During the off season, they don't have to participate, but during the season, I like the head coaches to be involved.
That's good. That's good.
I still have one spot available on the board, so if anybody wants to join for next year, please let me know.
Reach out to Mr. Rogers if you're interested. Of course, they're doing some amazing things there. So glad that we know who's on the board. If you want to coach, like you have your coaches, but for next year, what is the process if someone wants to become a coach, a head coach there for Ingleside? What is the process? What do they have to go through to become a head coach?
Just, when you sign up your kid, or even if you don't have a kid, just approach me and let me know. All the head coaches that I got now, I personally known for years. So they've been coaching, so they're still in that type of role. But say if a head coach drops off and another guy wants to step in, we do background checks on all of our coaches. It's a mandate by the city. So, but and that's about it. We'll kind of vet you a little bit and let you take the reins as the head coach. And then as the head coach, you're able to pick your assistants.
Okay. And so the same thing is a background check for the assistant. So anybody that's going to coach, be around the kids, there's a background check, whether you're the head coach or an assistant coach.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. That's great. That's good to know. We want to put it out there in case anybody, I'm always telling people, what do I got to do? And I said, well, you got to go up to the president and they'll be able to tell you, the league president. But it's good to know that we put it out here so they know if anyone's interested next year. This is exactly what you have to do. This is the process. We do have some coaches. Most of the time, the coaches will come back the next year unless their kids move up, and some of them usually step out. So let's go now to the season. I don't know that we have our freshman coach here, but I'll let Eric go ahead and take the reins on our freshman coach, talk a little bit about what they're doing.
Yeah, our freshman coach wasn't able to make it. Or did he? I don't know. But he's doing great. Like Elaine said earlier, he has 3 returning football players. The rest of them didn't even know what a football was at the beginning of the season. I'm talking about some young little bitty guys, and he's a great coach. His name's Joshua Edison, and he's taking those kids that not even knowing what a football looks like or how to put a chin strap on to. They got 2 wins. And they've played some pretty good teams. They've played 4 games. They're 2-2. They had a bye week last week. This Saturday coming up, they're playing Carn City here in Ingleside at 11 o'clock. I'm actually expecting a win from those guys. Those guys are playing tough. And not only that is there's only 12 kids on the team, and it takes 11 to fill the football field. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
they don't get a lot of breaks, and these kids are tough, real tough. He's doing a great job.
What time do the games start? Are they 9 o'clock morning start, 10 o'clock?
So our league goes if the traveling team has to travel more than an hour, the start time's at 10 o'clock. You know, say we went to Rockport to play, it wouldn't be 10, it'd be 9 because it's not an hour time travel. So, but they start at 10 o'clock for the freshmen. Then the sophomores usually kick off at 11, an hour later, and then hour and a half game for each after that. So, you know, it'd be 11 to 12:30, 12:30 to 1, 2 o'clock, and then 2 to 3 play. So
Yeah, definitely. We want to invite everyone to come on out and support our youth. This is the future of our Mustangs, right? And I've been out there, and there's been a good little crowd out there when I've gone out there the few times I've been out there. And there'll be some home games on Saturday. So if you're in town, it's a beautiful day. Definitely come on out and support our youth. These kids put in a lot of time. Our coaches are on a volunteer basis. They work a full-time job, and then they have to come right out of work and put in more hours there. And knowing coaches, and I've been around a lot of them, it didn't stop at the football field. They come home and they're probably opening up their pad or their iPad and trying to figure out how they're going to win the game on Saturday. So there is a lot of time that is put in with our coaches here with our kids to be very successful. So when we get an opportunity, we definitely want to come on out there on Saturday, cheer our little Mustangs on, our coaches, our league, support our league as they're doing some great great things. We've got a great board, we've got a great president, and we're introducing our coaches and the job that they do here. Hopefully next Thursday we'll be able to get our freshman coach on to kind of introduce him and put a face with the name. Coach, we talked to Aaron on the sophomore. Let's go over to the junior. I don't know if we have a junior coach. I don't know if Gabe was there, part of the junior. So if you can hear me, is he the head coach for the junior division?
yes, sir. Yes, Gabe.
There you go.
Hey, how's it going, gentlemen? I'm not as much of a talker, so you ain't gonna get it too interesting from me.
That's all right.
Yeah, my name is Gabe Adami. I'm head coach for the juniors. My assistant coaches, I've got Mr. Stephen Young, Mr. Joseph Young, Mr. Chris Meza, and Mr. Arliss Saunders. We struggling a little bit this year, but for the start of it, and we're starting to put some stuff together, and hopefully we'll get more of it put together that we can start making a good little run.
There you go. There you go, Gabe. Well, thank you for coming on. We really appreciate you coming on and talking a little bit about your team. Definitely looking forward to going out there. When I go out there, I stay out there to watch all of the games to promote our kids. And Gabe, I'll let you know. So I'm going to you can get my number from Eric. And if at the end of the games, I would I would let you know, like Aaron as well. If you guys want to send me a summary, I don't know if y'all keep stats, but if you want to give me a summary, not right after the game, but on Sunday or Monday when you guys have an opportunity, just to let me know if you have any players that you want to recognize for their performance on the game, please send that to me with their names and what they did. I'd definitely like to be able to then create a post and put that out there. For any kids that the coaches felt had a really great game or did something good defensively, offensively on the special teams, please feel free to text it over to me. I definitely like to create a post and put out and give recognition weekly to any of our kids that rightfully deserve that. So thank you for coming out, spending some time with us here, talking a little bit about the juniors. Are you guys playing on Saturday?
No, sir, we don't play this Saturday. We got to buy this Saturday. We'll be playing next Saturday.
And that'll be at Beeville.
Yes.
Well, what do you know about Beeville? Is this the first time you guys are playing them this year?
It will be the first time this year. Yes, sir. So we know a little bit about them, not a whole lot, but yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, keep on doing what you're doing, Gabe. We really appreciate your time. And like I said, I have a lot of respect and kudos to our volunteer coaches because, like I said, it's on a volunteer basis. You guys put a lot of time out there. And whether you have a kid or you don't have a kid, you're still putting the time out there. And if it wasn't for coaches like you guys out there that do football or little league coaches or softball, whoever's out there coaching,
I
we
found
wouldn't
it.
have a league, right? We wouldn't have a league. We can't do nothing without coaches. So thank you for signing up,
Online.
guys, and spending all this time with
My
our
podcast.
kids. They appreciate it, and
Say
I
hi in a
definitely
minute.
appreciate everything you guys do.
You know, tell
Uh,
him. Come
Eric,
behind me.
let's go over now to the seniors. I know John, he's a coach in there. Is he the head coach or a defensive coordinator?
Defensive coordinator. The head coach wasn't able to make it tonight. So, John, take it away.
Hey, how's it going? Good evening, everybody. Yeah, Tristan called me earlier and asked me to step in for him. I guess he's busy at work. He's been on a busy schedule. Like I said, we all work full-time jobs, and we dedicate our time to these kids. You know, like with the senior division, we try to instill attitude, effort, discipline, respect. Respect is the biggest thing. Gabe, you've known me for a long time. I coached in Rockport for years. And that was one of the biggest things that we always taught. You know, we were taught that in school as we grew up. And that's one thing that Tristan's real big about that. He's a young coach. Him and Isaiah are real young coaches. And then and he's a real stickler for that. You know, we had a couple of kids already, you know, try to test the waters and they found out the hard way. You know, we don't tolerate that. You know, and then last night they had a rude awakening and told them, you know, grades come first. You know, your education is the most important thing. Has to be. You know, a lot of these kids think, you know, that I can just skate by. We don't want to teach them that. I always tell every kid on the team, you know, strive for perfection. Don't just settle for what, you know, you got. You want something more. Always got to have something more. You got to have a future. And that's what we try to instill in these kids. You know, this year's been a rough year. We started off good. Uh, let a game slip by us, you know, and we faced a good team last weekend, and we had a game plan, and we just couldn't execute it. You know, and it all comes down to the kids. You know, we can give them everything, all the information, and if they don't, you know, they learn, you know, that they have to. Everybody's got a job to do. Everything's got to work like clockwork. And like everybody said, you know, there's times at practice we sit there and watch these freshmen, sophomores, and juniors practice, and I give kudos to that younger groups of teams. You know, they put in the hard work, they really do. And like I said, I'm excited to see what these sophomores do. You know, we're all rooting for them, and hopefully we get back on the winning side. You know, we got a hard game next week, in 2 weeks. We're preparing for it, and that's all we can do.
And John, you guys, well, first of all, I've known you for quite some time, and you've always been involved with youth. So you've got a lot of experience. You've been doing youth there in all sports for many years. Not to say that you're an old guy, but
Oh
you
no, I'm an old
definitely
guy.
you definitely been around for a while, and it's those type of guys that just have a passion for wanting to see the kids succeed. And I'm glad that you're still out doing this thing and teaching the kids. That's and teaching the young coaches too. It's not just the kids, but teaching the young coaches, coaches that have been
Mhm.
around for some time, to teaching them, hey, this is how you want to do it. This is how you're going to gain their respect, and this is how the kids are going to grow up to be really good. So Ingleside's really lucky to have you out there running their youth. Who do you play next year? So y'all going to Beeville in 2 weeks.
Yes.
What do you know about Beeville? What's their
Uh,
record? You know anything about them?
they're undefeated right now. They've got a good strong front. Their offense and defensive line is solid, and they got a real fast quarterback. And you know, like we gotta contain. We gotta keep pressure on them. You know, that's the biggest thing. You know, this year we had a couple of kids that never even touched a football,
Wow.
and they've come a long way from the time we started, from conditioning before the season started, which is what we try to do. We got to get these kids in shape, you know, because they don't realize that once you get padded up and suited up and it's hot out there on the field,
Oh, yeah.
you get exhausted. You know, us as coaches, we're out there just in our shorts and our coaches' shirts and stuff, and it's exhausting just being out there. And we're standing on the sidelines. These kids are out there in the grind, putting in the work, getting beat up, and they come out tired. But that's one thing in our age group is we do a lot of conditioning. We got to keep our kids in shape. You got to keep them ready for everything and try to keep the injuries down, you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
but,
thank you for what you do out there. Look, I stream out there on the stands, and my shirt's sticking to me. It's hot, so I could just imagine what they
yeah,
do. But I was telling Eric, I might take that drive out there. The home games, we definitely want to go stream. So here in Rockport, I do the home game. Steve
oh yeah,
does out of town games. So when Rockport's out, I'm free, and so hopefully I'll be able to go down there and be able to stream some of the games, put more eyes on our youth there in Ingleside. And so when I can do that and I'm available, I'll text Eric here and let him know
yeah.
I'm coming. And I'll sit there and do all the games. So again, I appreciate you guys. Didn't want to keep you very long. I know you've had a long day and you guys want to get out, probably have dinner. Thank you for coming on, guys. I really appreciate you. Hopefully you guys will come on every Thursday. Thursday at 7. You know, it's Ingleside Youth Football. So whenever you guys can come on, definitely come on. We love to have you every Thursday throughout the football season to talk. We'll recap a game, preview the upcoming game, and we'll talk about the players. And feel free to text me, get my number from Eric, and text me any players after a game that you want recognized on the division. I'll create a post and put it up there, and then we can talk about it on Thursday. Eric, before I go to you, I want to give these guys their final thoughts. And John, I'll go to you first. Anything else you want to add before we let you go?
Uh, One thing I forgot to mention one of our coaches. She's been with us since last year, and that's Priscilla Garza. You know, Pris, that's my wife.
Yes, sir.
She gets involved with these boys, and it's pretty funny that they're more scared of her than they are of me and the other coaches for some reason. You know,
Tough.
but she
She's
does a
tough.
good job with these kids, and she's tough on them. You know, we think we're tough on them, and then she starts getting into that mode of it's time to buckle up and time to buckle down and let's get after it. And they know that she's serious, and that's the good thing. But she also teaches them that they better have respect. Like I said,
Go.
the biggest thing is respect. And with this program, I got to thank Eric for reaching out and getting with the high school program,
Mhm.
just like we did in Rockport. You know, when Hector was still alive. You know, rest in peace, brother. But you know, we got in with the schools, and the school has a big impact on these boys. They come out, the coaches come out and watch on Saturdays. You know, they hold the coaches a coaches seminar for us to come in and try to get these boys ready for the junior high. So that way, and that's the thing we're trying to do is instill these kids that next year, you know, when you go up to junior high, it's not youth anymore. You know, you're just gonna walk up there and just do what you want. You know, there's consequences for everything and all your actions on and off the field. And that's one of the biggest things too, is we teach these kids to represent their families, first of all, off the field, their town, and then the league that they're playing in. You know, every action you do outside off the field, you know, it reflects on everything in life. And
I'm
when,
glad.
you know, go ahead.
No, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, and that's the other thing, you know, it teaches family unity. You know, these boys are a family. All these boys are a family, you know, from the seniors down to the freshmen. The seniors love all the players, you know, and you know, I always tell them, look, these younger kids are looking up to y'all. So y'all got to set a good example, and we won't accept anything less.
Yes, sir. And I'm glad to hear because Aaron talked about the same thing. So Eric, you got some great coaches. It's not just football that's being taught there. It's not just on the gridiron. That's what we're going to do. We're teaching that, but we're also teaching these young boys uh, character. We're teaching them respect. And when they get out of line, they know that there's going to be consequences. And this is the age where it starts. If we don't do it here, it's going to be bad when they get to junior high and high school. So I'm glad to hear, Eric, that your coaches aren't only coaching football, but they're teaching life. And they're putting into their coaching. If you don't come in here, if you don't have respect, if you don't respect yourself, it's going to be a tough practice for you. And Aaron talked about grades, I think. And so it's good. It's good. We got some great coaches. I'm glad we did this podcast to continue to let the community know the way their kids are being taught. If they don't know, they know this is what you're going to get when you play for Ingleside. Great, guys. Great. Gabe, I'll go to you. Anything you want to add before we let you go?
I man, I just want to tell you thank you for inviting us on and putting us out there. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. And good luck when you play the next game. I think it's in 2 weeks up there in Beeville. Hope you and John and the juniors and seniors and the freshmen and sophomores get that win. Aaron, for you, we're all rooting for you, man. I mean, we want everybody to win, right? But you are the undefeated team here, 5-0. Everyone's got their eyes on you. You're doing a great job. Continue doing what you're doing. I really love the fact that it's not just like I was saying when I about John and the other coaches. Glad to hear that it's not just about football. You're holding these kids accountable with their grades and making sure that it's all about respect and there's consequences for their actions. I think that builds strong character, and they're going to need that as they get into middle school and high school. I'll give you the final word. Anything you want to add before we let you go?
I just want to thank my coaches again, man. We're such a team. Just the coaches, we talk about everything, and if we didn't have that, because I can't see everything, and my defensive coaches can't see everything, so we're very understanding. And then I want to give it up for my line, my offensive line. We got uh Benji Numbers, Malachi, AK, Benton, and Theo. Theo's our center. When we played Rockport, he struggled a little bit, and then after that game, we worked on some snaps because we do shotgun, and his dad works with him all the time. I really want to thank Theo because you can't run an offense if you can't get the ball. So Theo's definitely stepped it up, and our offensive line is great. They know how to pull, they know how to do a lot of things, pass block. You can't give all the credit to the running backs. You got to give it to your line because your line's the one that makes you score.
Absolutely. You got to give those boys some love. I tell everybody, you see those running backs running, quarterbacks getting touchdown. It starts with that offensive line. If you ain't got a line, you ain't going nowhere. It doesn't matter how talented you are. So, guys, thank you once again, you coaches, for coming on. Really appreciate your time. We'll invite you to come back next Thursday. If a head coach can't make it and they want to bring an assistant, I'm okay with that. Just definitely want to bring you back, guys, back out again with Eric every Thursday when you guys can make it out to continue to talk and shine some light on our youth football league, the program, and the players. Coach Eric, you got some great coaches. I mean, you went out and got these guys, so you saw something in them, and if the community didn't know who they were, definitely the things that they've said here today, as a parent, I know if my kid was playing there, I'd be really happy to see my kid handing them off to these coaches who are going to hold my kid accountable if he steps out of line outside of the same thing I would do. So we got some great coaches. Thank you for coming out and spending some time with me. We'll invite you back again every Thursday. Eric hopefully can make it with us and his coaches. So we'll be back next Thursday at 7. You can catch us right here live on the MPND Sports Network. Eric, I'll give you the final word. Anything you want to add?
No, I just want to thank you for the opportunity to get our league out there, our name out there, and everybody knows Mustangs, but not everybody knows we have a youth league. But I do have some amazing coaches, amazing board members, amazing sponsors, all the above. It's not a one-person job. It takes an army to do this work. It's a full-time job outside of a full-time job. So I want to thank all my coaches, all my board members, and thank you also for allowing us on.
Definitely, guys. And again, thank you very much for spending some time. They'll be back next Thursday at 7 o'clock. We'll be back here to talk some more Ingleside Mustangs youth football. So definitely tune in next Thursday at 7. We'll have the league president and we'll have the coaches come on. John, Aaron, Gabe, thank you very much. Eric, thank you very much. And we'll see you guys next Thursday.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.